Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's time to do some supports. Yay! Starting with Claude and Raphael.
There we go. Time for a break.
Hey, Raphael, that's quite a load you've got there.
It was my turn to do the shopping again, but I might have overdone it.
Aren't those trips usually for food supplies? Why did you pick up a bunch of spears and gauntlets as well?
I was passing by the smithy, and the old man called me over. He said he was finished repairing the training weapons, so I grabbed them since I was already there.
I see. And those books?
I had just left the smithy when I ran into a merchant I recognized. He said he had some books that he brought for the library, so I took them off his hands.
Right. And that desk?
Oh, this? Can you believe someone threw this away? It only needs a little work and it'll be good as new. Someone around here was just saying that they needed a desk.
Of course. Now, this is just a friendly observation, but I see surprisingly little of the food supplies that we actually need.
Well, I worked up an appetite from carrying all this stuff, so I had a snack on my way back.
Raphael, I appreciate the thought, but you can't get so carried away with helping out like that. You helped us all right out of dinner. And now that I've seen your struggle, I have no choice but to join in this vicious cycle of charity. Here, I'll lend you a hand.
All of this stuff is pretty heavy. Are you sure you can handle it?
You insult me. And no, I can't. I'll only carry the books and offer my support as you handle the rest.
Vicious cycle of charity, I like it. Oh, well, we've seen this one, but maybe somebody hasn't, so I'll let it play out.
Good morning, Lysithia. Out for a stroll, are we? It's lovely weather for it. I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush. There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
It's the back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithia. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child. There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know? No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now? You're a sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him. Perhaps you should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby, so maybe that's asking too much. Anyway, I've got things to do, so I'm gonna go now.
Lysithia, wait. Hey!
Out of my way! You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is.
Being older than her has nothing to do with why it was uncalled for. Yeah. She didn't even really understand what he was saying.
Why do I have to clean the library? It It looks like you're not busy. I was quite busy sampling pastries, I'll have you know. Who wants to sort books anyway? They're so bulky and heavy, it takes forever to lug them around. Right, Marianne? You agree with me, right?
No, I don't mind it.
Oh, you like cleaning then? I will say you look like someone who'd be good at it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well...
In that case, it's all yours. I'd only slow you down if I'm being honest. As I always say, if you want something done right, let someone else do it themselves.
Wow.
Right, I'm off to run some errands. I'll leave all this in your capable hands.
Errands. Who's gonna do it, too?
Marianne, are you? Whoa, what happened? This place looks even worse than before. I didn't realize that was possible.
I'm sorry, Hilda. I just didn't know the best way to organize the books while sorting.
Oh, well, no way around it, I suppose. I'll show you how it's done. First, you have to decide where you'll put each topic. Then, all of the books that don't match that topic, remove them from the section. When you remove them, you need a temporary place to put them. Let's put books on magic here, books on swordsmanship here. Once you've done that, you just put the books back in their sections, like so.
Wow, Hilda, that was incredible.
Yeah, what kind praise. Looks like in the end, I'm doing this whole thing on my own,
Sorry. The least I can do is help you put them back on the shelf.
Alrighty, well... Marianne's a pushover, but at least Hilda sort of got her comeuppance. Alright, it doesn't look like I can do these supports now, so I'll just do them like with the calendar. So, this is what I need. Yes.
Don't tell me. No one bothered to show you the standard procedure for lectures? I guess it's up to me to save the day. Before starting a lecture, be sure to first check on our study goals. After all, students will want to prioritize studying things that relate to their goals. It's probably easier to get good results if you instruct students based on their interests and specialties. But that doesn't mean it's pointless to teach things that don't relate to someone's goals, not by a long shot. By overcoming their weaknesses, some students may develop an interest in new fields. A student's study goals may need to be updated based on their learnings and experiences. It's an important part of being taught to counsel students like that. How well their tutoring goes will depend on a student's motivation. It's possible that interacting with students on a regular basis will raise their motivation. Maybe. Then again, what do I know? In any case, make sure to keep an eye on how motivated everyone is. Students are encouraged to partake in various activities around the monastery. If you have students work together, it will give them a chance to interact and maybe even help them achieve better results.
I think all these screens have been of the Black Eagles.
Have you heard about the monthly certification exams? If you want to become a certain class, you have to pass the certification exam for it. That means training up on the required skills so you can pass. Don't slack when it comes to teaching your students what they need to know to pass their certification exams.
Yeah, alright. I guess I'll leave that in because, you know, Claude voice acting or whatever. So, I think I mentioned earlier that in general, my plan is not to show all the details of the instructions, but I will start out showing that partially just, you know, so you can see the voice lines for the different students, and partially so I can just talk a little bit more about the direction I'm going. I mean, I've already set the goals, so I don't need to do that again. But we do have the group tasks and just like what I'm going to focus on in terms of who I'm going to instruct. So, like I said, we'll do that for now. So goals-wise, we've got 2 people studying flying. Hilda does not have a boon in flying. Claude does have a boon in flying. We've also got 2 people studying writing. Lorenz has a boon in writing, and Leonie also has a boon in writing. So my plan is to have Claude and Hilda study flying together because Hilda is going to be harder to get to that point than the others. For the time being, at least. And then, instruction-wise, we've got 7 points and 8 people to instruct, so we can instruct almost everyone. So, I am going to focus, for the time being, on unlocking the talents that people have that I think are relevant. So, for example, we'll start with Claude. He's got the Axe talent, which is going to be relevant for being a Wyvern, which he may be able to get to before he gets his custom class, or maybe relevant when he gets his custom class, I'm not sure. But in any case, I want to unlock the talent. So here we go. No voice lines there. Alright, so next, Lorenz does not have one. Raphael does not have one. Ignatz has reason, as we already know, but that's much further away from being relevant, so I'll skip over that for now. Cynthia has swords, which also is not super relevant. I think she gets a magic-based attack with that, so it has like a little bit of relevance, but still, I'd rather her just focus on the magical stuff for now. Marianne has lances, kind of similar thing there, where she can get a magic attack, but I'd rather wait on that. Hilda has heavy armor. That, not sure why that would be relevant particularly. And then Leonie has nothing. So, despite what I said, the only actual applicable one is Claude. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do Lysithia's light magic. I want to be able to get her to heal as quickly as possible. Man, nothing but goods. This is gross. Alright, and along similar lines, I would like to get Marianne to C, because that's probably where she gets Physic. Although it would be nice to have her get to E-level Reason so she can have an attack, but I honestly don't think that's even as important. Hey, there we go.
Maybe I've grown. I can't believe it.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, I'll try to get the next one, too. Maybe I've grown.
Okay, so next I think we should look at what people are going to need. Oh, Lorenz. We should do Lorenz's reason so that he can actually do magic attacks.
I've come to understand a great deal. This was hardly a challenge for me.
He seems like he's standing uncomfortably close.
It was only a trifle. I've come to understand a great deal.
Nice.
This was hardly a challenge for me.
Got fire.
Now I see the heart of it.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, that's super helpful, actually. Alright, so... who is going to be the odd man out here? I think we want to teach Hilda lances, because she's behind on that relative to becoming a cavalier. So let's do that. I mean, not a cavalier, Pegasus.
I think I got the hang of it.
And if I can get her to D, then she can use javelins. And let's see, Raphael, I think is going to be well on his way. But I think it's Ignatz that I'm not going to focus on instructing, at least initially, because he just seems like the least good character, probably. Selene, what do we want to teach you? Probably writing. Right, you already had D+ in lances. That won't be hard to get up higher.
No problem. Nothing to get excited about. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I've learned a lot.
Damn, level up already.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Alright, so Raphael, I guess we'll just do brawling for now, and then we'll swing back around to something else once he's got that.
Looks like I got it right. You really think I'm that great? It's starting to come together for me.
Alright. Now we can move on to our lecture.
Hey, Professor, I got a question.
I hate cleaning my room. It's so boring, and to be honest, I'm kind of lazy. But I don't want my room to get messy. Who do you think I should get to clean, to get to tidy up for me? Huh. Oh my gosh. I get the feeling that she doesn't want me to say this. I guess I won't.
You know, I think you're right.
It's so terrible. Raphael's like, oh god. Here we go.
Hey, Teach. I see you're as stony-faced as usual. I can't tell if you're feeling resigned or if you're just lost in thought. Or maybe you simply don't care about anything that's going on. Oh, sorry. I really didn't mean to be rude. I just find you fascinating. Actually, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Can you spare some time?
Sure.
That's just the sort of attitude I'd expect from a new teacher. Speaking of, before you came here, you were a mercenary, right? Always getting your hands dirty on the battlefield and whatnot? It's a bit unusual that you suddenly decided to become a teacher one day.
I don't know if
In any
decided
case,
is the
I've
word
been
for
meaning
it.
to ask, did your father teach you how to fight?
I honestly don't know. Let's go with yes.
I figured. Your father used to lead the knights, didn't he? And I hear he was a legendary mercenary as well. It must have been hard on your mother when you followed in your father's footsteps and became a mercenary too.
What mother?
I see. I suppose you grew up moving from battlefield to battlefield with your father then. You know, for someone who's right around the same age as me, you certainly have an unusual amount of composure. I guess it's only natural that you'd be different from young nobles who grew up in the lap of luxury. Well, even so, I am heir to House Regan, the leading family of the Alliance. But I didn't exactly grow up in luxury like most people of noble blood. Hey, maybe that's why you and I get along so well. Folks like us should stick together. As house leader, I'll do all I can to help you out. We can start by making time for more little chats like this.
Sounds good. That was a surprisingly Byleth-focused conversation.
Dear Goddess, I ask for guidance. Professor, I suppose you came by to pray too?
Sure.
I see. That's why I'm here too. Oh, nothing specific. I only call upon the goddess to give thanks, or perhaps to ask for protection. Anyhow, I should be on my way. Okay.
Good chat.
I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say. I'm not very good at talking to people. The truth is, I didn't interact with people too often before I came here. Oh, no particular reason. I'm simply not very good at it. That's just how I am. Thank you. I'm sorry. You shouldn't waste your time worrying about me. Please, just ignore me. I, have to be going now. Goodbye, Professor.
I think I said this during my last playthrough as well, but yeah, that's what I expect from a shy person. Not what Bernadetta does.
Hey, Claude. You're looking so cute today. I have a quick favor to ask.
Wait, that's my line. You just try to get to work without slacking, okay?
Me? Look who's talking. You have no work ethic to speak of.
Is that true?
Well, that was nothing to write home about. Maybe if Claude had put in some effort for once.
Are you really blind to your own slacking? Oh well, we'll do better next time.
Wow.
Better than before.
I've got a grasp on this.
All right.
How's this gonna help?
I'm sure it'll be useful in some way.
Thanks.
Alright, so apparently our only option is to battle. Huh. And we can do a practice battle, and that's it. Okay then, I guess that's what we're doing. Probably won't actually do that this episode. But we'll at least check out what's going on.
Battalions are deployed in battle so students can learn how to take command. Oh, that concept may be new to a loner mercenary like you, eh, Teach? Want me to explain the basics?
Sure, why not?
When hiring a battalion, start by deciding who will lead them. Pay close attention to the battalion type. One may be made up of armed soldiers, while another is all mages. As for who should lead which battalion, well, be sure to think on that carefully. If you deploy a battalion, you can use their special gambit. If you successfully pull off a gambit, you may be able to affect the outcome of the battle, even if just a tiny bit. If you join forces with a nearby ally, there's a good chance that the results will be even greater.
All right. So we presumably did this fight. Oh yeah, I remember this. It's where everyone has a lance, and I was like, oh man, it's crazy that they would have all lance wielding enemies, and then later realized, oh right, there's no weapon triangle in this game, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Do we get to take all of our units? We do. In fact, we could have taken an extra one. Okay. Well, I did some additional shopping earlier, so we don't need to do any more of that. We do have this ye old stride on Marianne here, I believe. Yep. So we can do that. So let's just set ourselves up to, like, take advantage of that. Maybe we put her here. Oh, actually, this is... Everyone's too boxed in for the max stride. Maybe. Well, no, I guess... If you strode for somebody here, from here, then everyone would get the bonus. So I guess that's what I should do. Right, like that. Can I make it... You can't do it from that spot, no. Okay, yeah. So that's what we'll do. Okay, you go towards the back. Lysithea towards the back, Hilda towards the front. Nini's got range, he's got range. He's got curve shot. Okay, so yeah, he should go in the back. Does she have curve shot? She doesn't. Although what is defined as the back? Actually, maybe I want to go out this direction. Oh, I didn't... Of course, I can just put Marianne into the formation and have her stride for that middle spot here. That's the solution. Yes. Okay, so let's say we're going to go up this way. And we want... like that. Yeah, okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna have... Everyone's in this formation. We stride for Leonie, and then that boosts everyone around here. Like that, it gets the entire squad. And then we're gonna rush most of the people this way, but some of the people presumably across this way. I haven't really decided who, but probably doesn't matter. So, yeah, that is the plan, but it's the plan for next episode, because this episode is done, so I'll see you then.